Welcome. Welcome to this week's recording. This week is week 2 of the first moon cycle of this cosmic year. And before we begin, I want you to take a moment and just tune into your breath. Wherever you find yourself on an inhale or an exhale, just acknowledge where you're at. Allow the breath to fill you fully or exit you fully. And then just allow yourself to observe and witness your natural rhythm and speed. Not asking that you change it or do anything different at this point, but simply acknowledge this present moment. Tune those eyes inward to the energy and frequency right now and simply just notice. How does that energy within you feel? Maybe it feels a bit chaotic, maybe it feels calm. It's okay. Just allow it to be as it is and say thank you. Thank you for being you. And just allowing yourself to naturally deepen and slow that breath. Your breath is your guide. The 4 pillars of the framework are your breath and your awareness and your expression and your sound. And to be honest, you can do them all with your breath in the silence. As you breathe, that heart regulates your body. It is expressing naturally. And your awareness is flowing naturally. You don't have to change it. If the mind's particularly busy, you can thank the mind and allow it to settle naturally as you just relax into your body and into the present moment. Imagining the wind as your breath, just blowing any mind's thoughts away, allowing anything that doesn't serve to just fall away, like blowing the clouds in the sky. They're just passing through. And anytime the mind comes in, you just simply acknowledge it. Oh, that's my mind. Okay. We're observing, we're witnessing our own awareness. And as you make this a practice, you'll notice the differences in your awareness and your inner wisdom, that quiet, soft voice. I'll ask you to tune into your body and say, where does this little voice live in this moment? It might be the same, it might be different every time, but your awareness is calling you to something in your body, in you, ready to be released, transmuted, dissolved, and under that is that peace, that calm, and that divine wisdom that's beyond the mind. And as you work through this practice, you'll start to understand how your language is, your inner language, your discern your energetic frequency. You'll regulate and harmonize your heart frequency to the resonance of you in relationship with all of that's around you. And this practice is one to help you on that path. This conscious living from the inside out, learning to walk in the harmonic living with nature and the art of creation. And my framework is based upon something I call YOUru law, which was channeled to me from my most beloved or one of my beloved, I should say, spirit guides, my father, and translating Ohm's law, the law that governs electricity, into what I call YOUru law, the law of human beingness, or the law of the energy of the human being, or however, balancing that force and form, and really being in that sacred geometry of life. Singing your soul and heart song. The soul is your divine God calling, this spark of life you came to embody. And your heart song is that human heart of what you really want in this life. And they do marry. There is unity there. And so as we are walking on this moon 2 and moon 1, we tuned in to that unity and that purpose and the exploration of the soil and the microbiome of the soil. And in this week, in week 2, we're still expanding on that concept as it's in that first moon cycle of the year. So each of the 4 weeks in each moon cycle, there are different weeks. So in week 2 of our first moon, we're looking at that unity in purpose through the lens of the Mycelial Matrices. How the fungi trade nutrients between the trees, and how this is a metaphor for mutually relationally communing and that aid of life. So whether you're wilting in summer's glare and heat, or lying dormant under the winter's frost, the mycelial web connects everything. This week, the North learns generosity under abundance, while the South learns patience under scarcity. Both are the same fungal whisper. You're never disconnected. Contemplate who you are bartering with underneath the surface. That's the invitation for this week as we look to those mycelia matrices that we see in this world, in this life of creation, within and without, the micro and the macro, as within, so without, as above, so below. Allowing that to be the intention, what we're listening and observing and asking for awareness. So in this sacred container, you don't need to memorize, you just need to allow yourself to invite in that awareness that is there for you. Ask to be shown as we're working with this mycelia. Ask and you shall receive. So your job is to listen inwardly and trust what you feel. Listen to the body. Your breath and your awareness guide that expression animating, that energy animating your body. You can do it in silence. You can do it in movement. You can do it in sound. Your heart's beating. It's putting out a frequency, but we are to tune in, to transmute. We're listening, observing, receiving the awareness in around this lens that we're exploring. We're feeling, we're releasing, and we're dissolving any resistance or any energy within your field that is ready to be transmuted until you are in a place of completeness. And then we ask and receive any divine guidance and any aligned actions that may be there for your knowing. And you'll know when you're done, when you feel peace and calm of like, oh, all right, I'm complete and I know what is there for me and what I'm taking into this life. And I invite in the power of your imagination. Allow it to open and organically show you what is there in this invitation and embodiment in your sovereignty, and work with it in the energetics, because it does impact your external world. And then afterwards, let all of it go and allow life to organically unfold and synchronistically co-create as it does. And I'd love, as we're walking this path, if you have some beautiful unfoldings from this practice, to include them in any comments in the videos that you watch, or email me or connect with me one-on-one. All my details are in the description on how to work with me, as this is that inner compass that I work with you and tune you into for purposes of inspiration, invitations on your divine path, for transmutation and healing and dissolving limiting belief patterns, and for true alignment and embodiment in your heart-centered life. So consciously living from the inside out, using nature and art and song and play and joy as your true guide. So this cycle and this theme of the Mycelial Matrices in creation, take a moment and ask your awareness to show you where in your body that is calling for you to focus on right now. And allow your awareness to go to that location, and note that it may move around in your body, it may stay still, but I want you to tune in, breathe into the pinprick center. Allow your breath to fill your entire body and to consume all of what is in your visual mind's eye, or into that energy, that sensation. Get curious. What color is it? What shape? What size? What are the characteristics? Just like we would get, I'm asking you to get curious about these elements in nature. As you start tuning in your awareness and observing, witnessing, contemplating, and allowing that divine guidance to show you what that is in your inner language and what it's calling you to. Doing the internal energetic cleanup to work with our energetic body. Our days we are spent and going from one thing to the next, and no one's really been taught how to do that energetic work of being human. So as you tune in and you're working with and you're clearing out those energetic frequencies, those trapped energies in your body that were not fully felt, expressed, and transmuted, just like an animal that gets hurt. If you watch, if a bird ever flaps into the window, it will fall likely. Maybe it will just like fly funny away. Maybe it will die. Like, there's all those potentials. But if it does live, it shakes it off, and it's very resilient. It doesn't need all the doctors and the medicines and all the external things to keep moving in life. It knows how to work with that, and so do we. So nothing I am bringing up is a force that you need to require an answer. Just open to receive. Let my words transmute with you and open your awareness to the energy of the week and what's here to wash over you as you're tuning your instrument to your cosmic sovereign frequency. So as you bring your awareness into the spaces and places that you're calling your attention, you are allowing them to transmute and to dissolve. And you can bring in the power of your imagination as you release and transmute these energies. And if nothing comes up and is like playing out as far as like, oh, maybe it's like a bunch of bricks that it feels like that are just like in your hip and you're using a pitchfork to, in your mind's eye to break them up as you're maybe humming and moving. If that naturally unfolds, great. But if you get the inspiration to tune into any of the elements, I like to use them to help transmute. And just let it be easy. Let it be the one that pops in your head and work with that. Or maybe it's color. All of these things, can be helpful. Anything to allow your visual awareness to align with what you're feeling into your body, to assist in its transmutation and dissolving. And I'll follow that through your body until you come to a space of ease and calmness or completeness. And if you don't have enough time to get to it, and you can ask yourself, like, is this something I need to change my plans and do and finish? Or is it something that I can come back to? And your inner yes and no is very, very important on this path. And I have a free course on connecting to your inner awareness. And as part of that, I guide your inner yes and no. And it's also something I work with in one-on-ones and really build upon that inner discernment. Because feeling that energetic pull of yes and that energetic display of no, however that shows up in your body. I don't want to put too much around what you should feel because I want you to feel what you do feel. So what is your yes? Just feel. How did that shift in your body if you really observe from your inner energy? How did that change in your body? Allow it to amplify. Really show me a yes. What starts animating your body? Or what? Now show me a no. And flip between them. Get very, very intimately aware of that yes and no. Use it for fun things. Use it for food, makeup, the clothes that you wear. All of those things. That's how I built my awareness and started listening to it, honestly, as fun and experimenting and part of my deepening in my meditation practice. It just organically was something that came to me and found community and practice in and have woven that into my offerings. Also have a large community that follows this framework and uses it for healing. It's even used to be considered just like ayahuasca, but without the throwing up, until people started throwing up. Turns out, what we know now about breath work and body work and energetic work, it can be equally as beneficial as medicine. But you are your own guru, and I suggest following the medicine that aligns with you. Just as anything, really feel into your inner alignment. That's why I encourage alignment practices, and would love to work with you to define that for you. If that is a call, my ways to work with me are in my descriptions, but that isn't the point of this. It's really here just to model the process in a contemplation in a weekly practice, to deepen our connection to really the cosmic geometry that animates all of life. So scanning your body slowly, you can even ask, instead of where does the information I'm tuning into live, like where can I release around? Because oftentimes the wisdom won't come through until you've released some energy in your field that's not necessarily consciously resistant to, but that just is naturally something that you haven't fully processed yet, and underneath it is the wisdom. Or where in your body do you feel like these certain, what we call energetic bean bags or emotional bean bags? It's just energy that hasn't fully moved yet, that's now ready to be moved. And making that a daily maintenance in energetic cleanup practice is highly recommended. Just scanning your body slowly. Where do you feel sensations? If your body isn't showing you, you can ask. Or if you're really feeling quite at ease in your body, then just jump right into asking your awareness and flipping between your mind and your whatever you're opening the lens through. And here we are opening through the Mycelial Matrices. So just imagine you're exhaling and releasing, and invite the awareness to show you what's there for you. Release and transmute anything that's ready, and then open to receive that divine guidance. What is here around the mycelia? Remembering that connection is not always visible. That underground unity that is formed in a network that science has shown us is how all of creation is speaking to one another. And if anyone has taken some and leaned into the medicine of the mycelia and the plants, it's not always loud or immediate, and there are ways to access it, but it is there even in our day-to-day life. And understanding these fungal networks in the soil help us understand the reciprocal natures and relationships that are happening, what the energy we're receiving, the energy we're offering, what's happening in our resting, and how are we responding. So maybe we come quiet enough to sense the networks that sustain us. May we release the myth of separateness. May what moves through us be in service of mutual care and honest reciprocity of life. So can we interconnect without erasure? Does unity does not mean everyone is the same or always available. It's a healthy network that honors distinct roots and needs and seasons and boundaries. And this mutual aid does not over-extract. Some fungi form relationships with plants' roots that engage and exchange resources. Let this inspire a question. Where am I giving from depletion? And where might support become more reciprocal? Where do you feel that in your body? Is there anything that animates? Tune in there, breathe there, and listen. Much of what sustains us is unseen. It's ancestry, it's friendships, it's ecosystems, it's labor, It's kindness, it's breath, it's memory, it's community care. It's invisible support, and it counts. Inviting gratitude without requiring participants to minimize what is difficult. Ask to be shown where to participate for ease in your life. Remembering the north and the south happening at the same time, not in competition, but in abundance versus overusing resources needed somewhere else. In summer's fullness, practice this generosity with discernment. And summer asks for this quiet aspect to be one of receiving and conserving and trusting the timing of dormancy. Both are valid movements in the cycle of life. And we cycle in these same cycles in our unique ways. Maybe it's summer where you are, but you're feeling like your inner season is winter. Allow yourself to be where you are. Allow yourself to see, just like the yin and the yang, the black and the white part, and the white and the black. Like, there's a bigger balance of forces happening, and allowing you to be as you are is part of what I'm calling you to listen to. Connection is contextual. In nature, fungal networks are complex. There's not a simple story of constant cooperation. Let that deepen your contemplation. Real community includes exchange, includes limits, includes repair, adaptation, and choice. No one taking one, more energy or more of the parts. And if you are, what's the invitation there for you to listen to in this practice? Because your body is the listening field. Rather than listening and requiring a dramatic message, which will happen if you aren't listening to your body, often why it has to get really loud to get our attention. Notice the subtle sensations and start understanding that wisdom within you. Allow any sensations to arrive with warmth, with whatever they'll come in with. Maybe they come in as heavy. Maybe they come in as spacious or resistance or numb or emotion or simply nothing at all. All is welcome. All is part of the whole. It's just understanding what to do with it. So I welcome this week of contemplation of the Mycelial Matrix, the fine, the living threads beneath the soil that join the roots in relationship that are also embodied in your body, nerves, the skin, the hairs. Invite this inward look and remember that life is rarely sustained alone. Beneath the invisible surface, there's exchanges we cannot always see. There's nourishment, there's information, there's protection, there's rest. Today, there's no need to force a connection. Be gentle, listen for the connections that are already there. And as you build this practice, your awareness will open up this body so you can listen from the inside out. And this means to receive without shame, to offer with this practice as a space of that does not include self-abandonment. It can be done in the quiet moments alone or with others. This is a space that should invite a belonging without losing any part of you. So if it feels supportive, you might welcome the pause. Feel connection points between your body, your feet, your legs, your back. Inhale and imagine, not as a felt image, like the roots extending into the supportive ground beneath you. Sense your inner soil. Ask, what is the quality of the ground today? Is it dry? Is it rich? Is it compact? Is it tender? Is it resting? What's alive? No need to change it. Simply notice it. Allow it to move with your breath. Receive nourishment with every breath. Release and offer what is true within you and sustainable for you right now. Don't force anything overly effortful. Just natural breathing is enough. But if it also feels like I just need to move a lot of air, maybe you have a tornado brewing in you or a hurricane. This is your space to let it flow naturally. Feel in and let the breath move the expressions in your body. Get into your body. This isn't just a contemplation practice, but a physical, holistic practice, emotional. The mind in the contemplation, the energy in the emotion, the body with sensation. It's all here. Express and move what needs to move. Bring your heart or your hand to your heart or your chest, or maybe to your lower belly, or any place in your body that's calling to be held, to be nourished. Your touch to yourself tells your body, I am here, I'm listening. I've got you. Allow it to be support that offers whatever needs to move, to do it with ease, without abandoning your own roots. Mycelial life includes waiting, decomposing, and it's not always a fast transformation. Offer the silence. Offer your listening to notice what emerges when you do not need to produce an answer. Let it come to you. Breathe in and receive the inspiration. Exhale and listen. Our mind cannot do two things at once. So if you're focusing on your breath, your mind isn't thinking a mind thought. And if you are thinking a mind thought, it's your mind that's active. But if you go back to the breath, you can listen and you can feel what is happening in and around you from the inside out. You're listening, becoming the observer and the witness, and letting what flows from that space come in. Now, your inner wisdom doesn't come in a story. It comes in symbols, metaphors, pictures. Allow it to animate as fully as you can. Feel it in your body as much as you can so it transmutes in all layers of your being. Ask and receive who or what has nourished me in ways that I have overlooked. Where do I genuinely feel resourced enough to share? What am I trying to carry alone that must be held in relationship? Because we are in a co-creative world. We're not in this alone. There's no hierarchy as though we have been taught. It is all of the web of life, the tapestry of life, all frequencies, all vibrations. So what boundaries protect you and your own roots? Where might you need to create some boundaries? Is there reciprocity that's needing repair, acknowledgement, or something to do differently? These are your alignment questions. How to embody. What does I am never disconnected from mean to me today, especially if I feel lonely or uncertain? So you can listen back and get these questions. If I work one-on-one with you, oftentimes there's a lot with each of these. And so I've given you a lot to contemplate, and I don't expect that you answer every one of them. Just let your awareness open what it does with ease. May you follow your own awareness, and may you remember that belonging is not something we earn through exhaustion. May we participate in networks of care that nourish rather than consume. And may we honor the hidden labor of life within us and around us, like the mycelium beneath the forest floor. May our connections become more honest, more reciprocal, and more life-serving. From the inside out, we do not have to do everything alone. We can root, we can receive, we can respond, and one true exchange can unfold at a time. For emotional safety, you might want to invite yourself to orient back to the room and feeling your feet, your body, maybe taking a drink of water and blessing it as you consume it, washing it away like the sacred divine waters. And if there's anything that arose that was intense or wanting to be unpacked deeper, I am a resource that you can lean on, and also just lean into the practices that you already have. And remember, you are your own guru. And I thank you. Until next week, please like, share, support my work. And I thank you for being here, sending many blessings, and remembering however it aligns for you to support anything. I truly believe we're all fed back our investments into this life, be it in physical form, in energetic form, in financial form. It's all energy. So I thank you and I love you. Until next time.